To prepare for Wednesday's exercise, I'm going to create a small program that shows a bouncing ball in a window. And I'm going to show a little bit of an echo so that I'm drawing 3 balls every single time. And the ball is moving down, and when it hits the bottom, it's going to go back up. In the end, it won't look much like a bouncing ball, but you'll see a circle going up and down with the shadow of the last 3 locations where the ball was. So I've created a starting program similar to the code that was provided for drawing the faces that are changing positions all the time and that are being redrawn all the time. So notice that I have here the paints, and the only call I have in here right now is super paint, which is going to clear my canvas from any previous drawings. And I've added this information about the timer, which is going to make sure that the paint through repaint is called every 200 milliseconds. And then the call to that. So up here I have the window information again. I want to have a border of 50, and each time the ball moves I'm going to move it 10 pixels. So I'm going to start in the middle at the very top, and the diameter is going to be the same size as the border. I'm starting by moving it down, so I set that to true. The top is the border size, and the bottom is all the way at the bottom of the window with some room for the border. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I want to draw that ball, and the way that I want to draw a ball, and notice that I have the X and Y coordinate there, is by doing filling an oval. So canvas dot fill oval, and of course it needs the X coordinates, the Y coordinates, and the diameter. And this is, I just want to draw this, and then I just want to set it up such that next time it goes 1 down, and just leave it at that for now, just to make sure that this is actually working. So the next time I want to set it up such the next time that it's drawn 10 lower, or the move amount lower. So I'm going to just update ball Y to be equal to ball Y plus the move amount. Okay, so that's how much I want to move it down. Let me save this, compile it, and run this. And you'll see it moving down. There goes the ball down. Now all it is doing is going down now, so eventually it will simply disappear off the screen, and it keeps on happily drawing it, but it's no longer visible. Alright, so I can add a little bit of code that will move it back up when it has hit the bottom. So first of all, I only want to go down if I'm actually moving down. So I'm going to add that in there now. Moving down. So if I'm moving down, that is the only time where I actually want to add the move amount. And then I want to make sure that once I've hit the bottom, I start moving up. So if ball Y is, so I'm moving down if it is greater than or equal to the bottom, because remember that as we're going down, the Y coordinate increases. So as soon as it's greater than or equal to something that I've stored in bottom right now, what I want to do is I want to start moving up. Let's start moving up. Is moving down is now equal to false. And that ends that if. I actually just want to now do else if the ball is actually moving up. What I need to do is move it up, so I need to start moving closer to the top of the window, which is at 0. So I want to decrease the amounts of the Y coordinates, minus, so I'm going to minus the move amount. And then again, if I've hit the top, I want to start moving down. So if ball Y is less than or equal to the top, I'm going to set moving down equal to true, because I should start moving down again. So ends that if statement and my if else, and let's see if this indeed will move it up and down, up and down, up and down. So there it goes, moving down, and now I just have to wait for it to start moving up once it hits the bottom, and beautifully it moves up. But once it hits the top, it should be moving down. Okay, good. So the last thing that I want to do is I want to create a little bit of an echo, so not just put the ball where it currently is, but also 3 above it or 3 below it, depending on what direction it's moving in. So I can certainly put that one there, but I also want to do the 3 previous ones. So that means I want to draw 3 extra balls. So I'm just going to use a for loop, and I'll start with the easiest one. I have to do something 3 times, so let's just count up to 3. So start at 0 until it's less than 3. Just do counter plus plus. Okay, so this is a very simple way of repeating something a fixed number of times, and it's somewhat similar to using that range function in Python with a for loop. What I want to do is I want to draw 3 balls. I need to know whether I'm going to go up or whether I'm going to go down. So if I'm moving down, I want to, the previous ones will be above the current ball position. So the first time I move 1 up, the second time 2 up, and the third time 3 up. So I want to do canvas. In this case, I'm not going to fill the oval, I'm just going to draw the oval so that I only have the outline of the previous balls. The x coordinate doesn't change, but the y coordinates I need to move up, so I have a minus, and I have to take the counter plus 1, and let's actually compute this. So int y coordinates is equal to ball y minus, and I want to do counter plus 1 because when counter is 0, I want to start from 1. And I want to do this times the amount that I've moved down, so the move amount. Okay, and that will give me my y coordinates. Comma, and then the diameter stays the same. Ball diameter, ball diameter. Else, I'm moving up. I'm going to do something pretty similar to what I'm doing here, but instead of subtracting, I need to move up. So I'm going to add that amount because the previous balls are below it. And let's see if this indeed creates a little bit of an echo. And there goes the echo. Now, as you can see, it doesn't look overly realistic like a bouncing ball, but it does illustrate the use of a for loop and using some animation in your application. Okay. There's several ways of making this a little bit smaller. Of course, I could start my counter at 1 and just go less than or equal to 3. That way I don't have to do this notion of a counter plus 1, and I just have a counter times that. The end result will be the same, that I am grabbing the balls that I need to draw from the last 3 times and go up there. So a basic example using a for loop and some graphics or some animation in a Java application.